Hall, we like to have and feature partners who are available to our chapters to help with contact hours, chapter meetings, and information for your members. And for those of you who were on last month, you're probably going to see a familiar face here. Barbara Ann Harmer, Innovative Sterilization Technologies Vice President of Clinical Services, was here last month on the town hall with her presentation on dry time. And she liked you all so much, she wanted to come back again this month and share her presentation on tray consolidation and how they can partner with you in your chapter. So, Barbara, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Carrie Lynn. Good day, everybody. Very happy to be here again 2 months in a row. And we're going to talk about technology and its impact on operating room efficiency and how we think we have a total solution to your everyday issues. Next slide. So this kind of looks like the OR of today, certainly not the OR that I first walked into back in the mid-70s. And so who knows what the OR of tomorrow is going to look like, but I'm going to give you some very innovative ideas and solutions that we hope that we'll be able to help you with. Next slide. So what is it that I want to talk about? I want to talk about tray consolidation and how that's going to help you recognize your current stress points in your surgical day. Are you having late deliveries from your vendors? Do you have a lack of inventory of sets? How are you making out with storage? Are you ready to buy a new operating storage closet somewhere because there's no storage left in your current location? Processing time. Processing time just seems to explode. What is your current processing time of your orthopedic trays? And in fact, are you feeling that you're just a wee bit stressed and pressured by how many trays you have to process? And last but not least, we all know that we're so excited every day we start in the operating room because we know we never can experience the day before it happens because always something changes during that operative day. Next slide. So this is our first polling question of the evening. Take it away, Carrie Lynn. So how does tray consolidation impact surgical workflow? We'll give you a few seconds there to answer that and then discuss the answer that, of course, was chosen by the majority of you.
I always feel I should have the clock music going at this point. Give everybody a few seconds to go ahead and answer. I think this is a tough one. Lots of information here.
Yes, there is. Wow. So we have people that really do understand the stressors of working in the operating room. The correct answer really is all of the above. It may vary by your surgical site, but you certainly can see how all of those options can present to be a savings for you. Next slide. So let's talk about the benefits. So what could actually be recognized? First of all, faster turnaround of trays. We have a product that has been FDA cleared that we spoke about last month with no dry time or cool time required. And the instruments are available sooner to meet your turnaround goals. Secondly, there's cost savings. You reduce the need for redundant instrumentation. You solve a lot of your issues that you have with storage space. You optimize it. Reprocessing efficiencies are now identified with less trays to process, less time in decontamination, less assembly time of the trays, less sterilization cycles, combined with less wear and tear on your equipment. And another benefit that you can recognize, next slide, please, is going to be the fact that you can actually reduce your surgical delays and cancellations of your surgical procedures due to instrument instrumentation turnover. I think one that we sometimes don't talk about enough is that when you start to solve some of the issues and the pain points that you're having in your particular organization, not only will you increase satisfaction with your staff, namely your SPD staff and your operating room staff, but also your surgeons, your surgical staff. There's less hassles, there's more movement, there's more cases that are happening on time, less cancellations. And last but not least, we sometimes forget about the patient as well as their family members and some of the situations that they have been able to afford so that their family member can have the surgery with them taking their own time off of work and other actions that they have to take. So satisfaction is also very important. Next slide. So the next couple slides are not meant to challenge you, but to meant you get a very fast and furious pictorial representation of how we can help you. For those of you that like Legos and like pieces and puzzles, we have a tray configuration set that we're going to get a little more into when we go through some of these slides here to tell you about easy tracks. We spoke about one tray last month, and now we're going to talk about easy tracks. So what you're seeing on this slide here is you're seeing how we actually can reduce the amount of trays that you need and the number of levels. So this particular example, we're going to go through a couple of them, was a reverse total shoulder arthroplasty. When you looked at it, there were 14 trays and 16 levels. After we were able to condense that and reorganize it into validated trays, we were able to reduce that amount to 3 trays with only 3 levels. So just imagine how much work has been cut out in the central supply area with the fact that they're not touching and handling as many instruments as they have before, going from 14 trays to 3 trays and from 16 levels down to 3 levels. Next slide. Most impactful is there's a lot of organizations now that have gotten on the bandwagon and are doing Mako, Stryker Mako, whether they be the knees or hips. And if you look at this, when we first looked at it, most organizations had 7 trays and 8 levels for a Mako knee. But for a Mako hip, there was the exact same kind of organization where there were 7 trays with 8 levels. After we were able to do tray consolidation, we were able to reconfigure it to the knee came down from 7 trays to 3 trays and 8 levels to 4 levels, and the hip was brought all the way from 7 trays to 4 trays and from 8 levels to 5 levels. Next slide. Most surprising of the ones that we did was when you looked at a spine navigation set. And in that particular example, we were able to take 5 trays and 6 levels and get it down to 1 tray and 2 levels. An amazing reconfiguration and reorganization. Next slide. So here we looked at some primary procedures. We took a basic knee and we took a basic hip. And you can see on the left-hand side, again, how many instrumentation, how many trays we were able to condense and the levels. So again, from 10 trays and 10 levels for a typical knee down to 4 trays and 4 levels. You can see the pictures on the bottom. And on the right side, the hip was usually 4 trays and 4 levels, but we got it down to 4 trays with, 6 trays and 7 levels down to 4 trays and 4 levels. An amazing difference between what was and then what was able to be. Next slide. So an ACDF, again, same story, different type of setup, but 3 trays, 5 levels down to 3 trays and 3 levels. I think you're getting the gist. We have one more that I'd like to share with you, and that was, next slide, the TLIF, where we went from 3 trays, 5 levels to 2 trays and 2 levels. I think there's a little video, Carrie Lynn, that's going to be on the next slide. What you're watching is someone actually put this all together. So what you just witnessed was a worker in the processing area putting the trays together, and you can see just by this video that everything was so easy to be seen, and it was so welcoming to know that you didn't have to start hunting and pecking around in a tray. Just to refresh your memory, last month we talked about 1 tray. Our clearance was in 2006, 4 minutes, 270 degrees Fahrenheit. In a steam cycle, we're cleared to sterilize medical devices, which is defined by the FDA to include instruments and implants. And we, of course, achieve sterility assurance level, or SAL, of 10 to the negative 6, which is the definition of sterilization. We are cleared with dry time not required and to be stored for up to 48 hours. 1 tray is not IUSS because it has storage. Next slide, please. So what you've been looking at is one of our 3 products is called EasyTrax, and that is an FDA 510K cleared medical device organization system that allows for us to reconfigure vendor sets. You're going to have cost savings, speed, efficiency, and just an all-out positive experience when the scrub tech can look in a tray and find within seconds what they're looking for, rather than digging through trays where instruments have just been piled in a haphazard way. Next slide. Now, to me, this is one of the neat figures with the QR code technology. If you saw the trays, and you'll see it one more time, you'll see that we have a QR code on the tray. We can customize this not only to a facility with a specific tray, but even to a specific surgeon. So you can have pictures of the layouts of your EasyTrax, the cleaning instructions, technique guides to assist you, the IFUs that you need to know about when you're doing this particular procedure. And we can also then put in and add personalized or custom notes that might be required. Quick access right at your fingertips by just looking at that QR code that you've identified with us, so that we can customize it and have it right there at your fingertips on the tray that you're working with. Next slide. So we're going to put one more polling question here. And this polling question asked you, who benefits from tray consolidation? SPD, the OR, the surgeon, or all of the above?
I think we gave it away on this one.
Look at that. So yes, all of the above. So the future is now. Whether you're in an inpatient setting or in an ASC, 2026 is expected for even higher volumes of procedures to be performed. Adding to the increase in expected surgical volume will be more procedures, especially orthopedic and neurosurgical procedures, that will be transferring to ASCs. Let us help you overcome the everyday challenges you experience when it comes to your surgical throughput, whether it be instrumentation, could be processing, could be storage, or it could be just your operative day demands or a cadre of all of the above. Next slide. So I would really be honored to be invited to your chapter meeting and present a free CE credit course and also treat you to dinner. And we will give you a stipend for your dinner. So not dinner and a show, as I said, but dinner and a credit hour. And so we had a great response last month, and I look forward to hearing from many more chapters this month. We are going to, of course, be at Expo, and we will be in booth 429. Please stop by and say hello. Our team would love to meet you, and I'm going to be very interested to see if I will hear from you in the very near future. Thank you, Carrie Lynn.
Thank you so much again, Barbara. Hey, I do have one question for you. I know some of these questions have been coming in, and we also have Matt who is here as well, and he is answering those questions for you guys that are typing those into the Q&A box. But I have one here for you. It says, Barbara, do the Easy Trax trays require wrapping, or are they rigid container systems?
Very good question. The easy tracks in themselves are rigid containers with customizable inserts that can be organized in the fashion that you might need in your particular facility. They can be wrapped, but just know that if you do place them into a one tray, you will eliminate the need for dry time and you will have those trays turned around faster than you can if you're using a traditional method of rigid containers.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Barbara. Again, you guys type those Q&A questions into the Q&A box below, and Barbara's going to hang out for a little bit with Matt, answer those for you guys. And Barbara, I'd like to take you up on that dinner if that's possible. Hey, let me know where you're going to be in Denver anytime soon.
Thank you very much, Carrie Lynn.
Thanks, Barbara. We'll see you at Expo.
Okay.
All right. We've gotten a couple polls out of the way. I am going to